Feeling overwhelmed by chapter organization in your dissertation? Don't worry, you're not alone, and I'm here to help. So, you're staring down the barrel of your dissertation, feeling like it's this massive, insurmountable mountain, right? I've been there. And let me tell you, it's totally normal to feel overwhelmed, especially when it comes to figuring out the chapter structure. But guess what? It doesn't have to be a nightmare. Getting your structure right can actually make the whole writing process way easier and less stressful. Let's talk about why this whole structure thing is such a big deal. Think of your dissertation like a house. You wouldn't just start slapping on walls and a roof without a solid blueprint, would you? No way. Your dissertation structure is that blueprint. A clear, logical structure guides your readers through your research, making it easy to follow and understand. A well-structured dissertation is actually easier to write. When you have a clear roadmap, you can break down the writing process into manageable chunks. Most dissertations follow a pretty standard structure. It's like the classic 5-act play. It just works. First up, you've got your introduction. This is where you set the stage, introduce your topic, and define the scope of your research. Think of it as your opening number. You want to grab their attention and make them excited about what's to come. Next, you'll dive into the literature review. This is where you show off all your hard work researching what other brilliant minds have already contributed to your field. But don't just summarize, synthesize, connect the dots, highlight the gaps, and show how your research builds upon what's already out there. Then comes the methodology chapter, where you get to explain your approach and justify your choices. Be specific. Think of it like a recipe. You want someone else to be able to replicate your study. The results chapter is where you present your findings clearly and objectively. And finally, you'll wrap things up with the discussion and conclusion. Tailor each chapter for maximum impact. Dress to impress your committee. We've got the basic structure down, but how do you make each chapter really shine? Let's dive into some next-level tips. Your introduction should start with a bang, a hook that grabs your reader's attention. Why is your research important? What burning questions are you trying to answer? Clearly outline your objectives and the structure of your dissertation. For the literature review, remember, it's not a book report. Don't just summarize, synthesize, show how past studies relate to your work, and explain how your research will fill the gap. In the methodology chapter, explain your approach in detail and justify your choices. This is your chance to show off your expertise and convince your readers that your methods are sound. When presenting your results, visuals are your best friend. Use graphs, charts, tables. Make your data easy to digest. The discussion is where you really get to shine. Connect your findings back to the research gap and analyze their implications. In the conclusion, wrap up your dissertation with key takeaways and recommendations for future research. Tips for maintaining flow. Creating a dissertation that's music to their ears. You've got these amazing chapters, but how do you make sure they flow seamlessly? Think of it like writing a song. You want each section to transition smoothly. Use signposting language, phrases like in the previous chapter. Now, let's turn our attention to, or as we've seen. Connect ideas and keep your readers on track. Start each chapter with a brief introduction and end with a summary. This helps to refresh your readers' memories and remind them of the key takeaways. Make sure your chapters logically build on one another. Think about the overall narrative you're trying to create and ensure each chapter contributes to that story. Final advice. You've got this, gorgeous. Before I let you go, I want to leave you with a few final pieces of advice. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Share your drafts with your advisor, your committee, your fellow grad students, anyone who can give you constructive feedback. Remember, your dissertation is a marathon, not a sprint. Take breaks, recharge your batteries, and celebrate your milestones along the way. You're doing amazing things, and you deserve to acknowledge your hard work. Remember why you started this journey in the first place. You're passionate about your research and capable of achieving incredible things. You're ready to rock this dissertation. So there you have it. Everything you need to know to create a dissertation that's well-structured, clear, compelling, and impactful. Your dissertation is a reflection of all your hard work, dedication, and brilliance. Ready to create an impactful dissertation? Let's start with the right structure. Your success begins here. Like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on dissertation writing. And if you need personalized help, reach out to us today.